Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It is Candy here from sweetstamper.com with your weekly simple and stepped up stamping. I'm excited to share something brand new with you today, and that is one of the stamp sets from our upcoming annual catalog. So as a demonstrator, we're able to purchase certain items from the new catalog, and so we have been playing and having fun with new catalog goodies. So for simple stamping on Thursdays is typically what I feature. And so more often than not, I key into the Stampin' Up. Hey, Jackie, I'm glad you're here with me. I typically key in on the Stampin' Up challenge for the month. They always issue us a hashtag simple stamping challenge, and this time it is stamps, ink, and paper only, but it is celebrating anything new babies. Well, I'm going to be celebrating new In Colors, and only one today, and a new stamp set. So we're going to start out with stamps, ink, and paper, and then we're going to step it up, because that's the way I like to play on this feature every Thursday. So this is one of the new stamp sets called Sending Smiles. It's actually part of a bundle. This is a fabulous stamp set for new stampers, and I'll show you why. It's an all-occasion stamp set. You've got flowers you can build. You've got some leaves and stems. Look at the incredible greetings that you have. Hi, Valerie. I'm glad you're joining us. So the stamp set is $22. There is a bundle as well that you can get for $49.50. So if you want to add on the dies, well, let me show you. Not only do you have this bubble, oh no, it doesn't, okay, I was wrong. And I've actually already played with this. You actually have a die that gives you the die cut of this word sending, and then it gives you the word bubble around it. So that's really cool. That's kind of a trend because we have a couple of things in the catalog with that. And then you can cut out your flower heads. You can cut out your stems and leaves. You also get these two really outstanding little skinny frames. And these do specifically cut these out. Oh, you know what? That might... You know, I'm still learning this. Let me see. Maybe this does cut this. Oh, look at there. Let me take this out. Is that there? Well, let's see. Oh, yeah, look at there. It does. So let me show you. Yeah, this is one of the cards I've already made with this. And so this is kind of what I'm keying off of today. So it does cut out that, you know, it's kind of a tight fit. So I'm not sure it's really meant to cut that out. I think it's meant to be a die cut. So we'll play with that. We're still learning. So we're going to go stamps, ink, and paper today. Let me show you how I got my color scheme for this brand new In Color. Not where I thought I would land on my first In Color card. Hey, Dudley, I'm glad you're here. And truth be told, I've actually done a couple of other cards specifically for a swap. So Starry Sky, I decided to pair with Mango Melody. So I knew I wanted to put my sending in this really deep blue. And I knew I wanted my flowers to be, or my flower to be in Mango Melody. But then I'm using a stem, and yeah, Bermuda Bay is too blue for me to do a stem. So I popped up here to Old Olive, but I wanted my stem to be kind of behind the sending. So I don't know if you remember last week, or actually Tuesday, when I was talking about the In Colors and dynamic duos and, you know, counterparts, light and dark counterparts. So Pear Pizzazz is the light counterpart of Old Olive. So that's how I developed this color scheme, and I think it really, really works. So we're going to start with just stamps, ink, and paper, and then we are going to step it up. And I'm going to use a basic white note card. Again, thinking about our new stampers. Hello from Vermont, Debbie. We are glad you are here. So thinking of our new stampers, or, you know, sometimes if you travel as well, it's nice to be able to have simple things that you can take with you and still make stunning cards. So this is going to be, I mean, super, super simple. This is a basic white note card, and we are going to, first of all, you might think we'd go differently, but we are going to start with the stem, and I'll show you why as soon as I get a little piece of scrap paper. Let's see, let me grab this. Okay, I didn't get any grid paper over here. So I need to be able to stamp off, so I'm just using a piece of copy paper. Hi, Vivian. I'm glad you're joining me from Maine. I bet it's a lot cooler where you are than it is where I am. So I'm going to take this stem, and I want it to kind of go like this because I want to have room for my flower. So I'm going to ink this up. It is a photopolymer stamp. I'm going to stamp it off first. Make sure this is even underneath me. Okay. And then I'm going to get a really pale stem, which is all I need. I need just a hint of this behind where my big sending is going to be. So there is my stem. Look how pretty that is. And then I'm going to close this because I don't trust myself with open ink pads. And then I'm going to put this nice bold sending right across there, pretty much in the center of my card. This Starry Sky is a purpley deep blue, and it is gorgeous. Now, this is a really long stamp, so I'm just going to ink it upside down and make sure that I am inked up everywhere. And then I am going to bring this right across here, right in the center of my card, and there is my sending. Okay. Oh, I forgot my other little, look how pretty. That's coming along ever so nicely. Really deep blue. Now I am going to put a flower head right on the top there, and I'm going to use Mango Melody, and I am going to nestle this flower head right in with that stem, and I'm going to press nicely. Again, this is just stamp, ink, and paper, but look how gorgeous that's coming out. And then I'm going to take a little center because I want a little pop of color. Now, with, I know from working with these colors before on Tuesday, I knew that Poppy Parade was like the darker counterpart to Sweet Sorbet, and I knew that I wanted a red here. Even though the color chart tells me Cajun Craze, I thought that would be a little bit too dark. So I wanted that little bit of red right there. So that is just super, super simple. Now, I forgot to get my word. Let me see. Sending. This is going to be a note of thanks. So let's grab that word. Now, I will tell you what I like to do with these. I like this here because it does help protect, but I actually take the other thick piece of acetate and I put it behind here because I find it easier to stick these directly down. That's why they give you that sheet behind there, to be able to stick that directly down. I was going to put this little, let me grab, what was it? Not love and big hugs. I wanted to send a note of thanks. There it is. Okay, so see, this keeps them clean for me, the thinner sheet, and then I tuck the thicker sheet behind. So let's pop this like so, sending a note of thanks. Now I could, because I'm going to fill in this space a little bit, I could add another flower. So let's just see how we want to get on with this. Again, this is super, super simple. Stamp, ink, and paper only, and we are celebrating, oh, look at that, Sending a note of thanks. I mean, that's just really crisp and clear. I'm tempted to just leave it. You know me, I tend to want to add another flower, another little something, something. I could add a smaller flower. So let's just think about that. Should I or shouldn't I? Y'all tell me what you think. I think we might just add another little flower down here, like one that has fallen. So, oh, Linda, I'm glad you're liking this. I'm thinking that this is a winning color combination is the way I'm thinking this. Now I'm going to pop this over here because I don't have a ton of blocks out here. So let's just see if we can take that little flower. Actually, I'm going to take this other one that's a little bit more shaggy. This one's too neat and tidy. I want a shaggy because that has that kind of shaggy edge on it. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to stamp it right down here. You know, when you can get something as crisp and clear and simple as this, it's really all about getting just the right colors. So let's pop another one of these flowers right down here. And we'll just balance it a little bit because we're not adding any embellishment. Remember, the what do you call it? The challenge is stamp, ink, and paper, and just new. So that is going to be that. I am going to put a little center in there, and they give us this little teeny tiny center over here. So, oh, Jackie, I'm glad you're liking the colors. Yeah, I didn't think that Starry Sky was going to be my beginning favorite, but it's right out of the starting gate. I'm pretty excited about Starry Sky. I'm usually not a big blues person, but I like this a lot. Okay, so there we go. Stamp, ink, and paper, really, really simple note card, perfect for beginners. Great beginner card, but I mean, honestly, that is just crisp and clear. Now, you could add some embellishments and things like that. So, but what we're going to do is we're going to step this up, but I love the simple one. I think it's great. So let's step it up now, and we're going to take a 4x3 piece of basic white cardstock, and we're going to do much the same. So let's start once again with our pear pizzazz for our stem with leaves, and I got too many stamps here now. Okay, so let's ink this up. I want it really pale because I want it behind where I'm going to put the sending. So let's stamp this off. There's my scrap paper over there. And I want to angle this so that I have room for the flower head and room for my sending. So let's get it right down there. Hey, Lena, I'm glad you're here. And Gail, the flower would be too pretty. Oh, you're right, Gail. I got to get that flower on the envelope. Okay, so there is my pear pizzazz stamped off. That's the beginning of what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to take the Starry Sky, and once again, I'm going to add sending. I love this big, bold sending. And then you have so many options of what you're going to put underneath it. So sending is going to go right smack in the middle. And then I still have room for that flower head. I think also this sending, it's kind of written like, like your handwriting. So it's not perfect across the bottom. And so you don't have to worry about getting it perfectly straight in the sense that it's like when you're writing in cursive and you miss a line, or you're writing on something that doesn't have lines. And that is just lovely. Okay, now let's take that flower head and let's get it right into that stem. It's going to nestle right into that stem. Let me see if I've got it on there. Yep, I think it's there. Sometimes, I might have gotten over my letters. Nope, I didn't. Ha ha, look at that placement. I am happy about that. And now I'm going to add a little bit of Poppy Parade. And that is going to give me that little pop of color for the center. And then we are going to layer this onto a Starry Sky cardstock base, and you are gonna fall in love with this color just like I am. You know what? We're just gonna do it twice and hope. Ah, yes. I think I need to re-ink my pad. Okay, the stamping is pretty much done, so I'm gonna move my little pad aside. Now, wait till you see this magic. So I have a piece of Starry Sky. Look at the gorgeousness of that blue. It's a deep purpley blue, and I think it is just gorgeous. And look at how that just pops. Now I'm going to also add some strips of the Designer Series paper. This is 4x3. These are 4x1 1/4, and I'm just gonna tuck them like that so that they kind of, I want them to overlap just a tiny bit, and that way my seams are nice. Now I could use the stripy side, but I'm doing flowers. So let me just show you the difference though. You see how that looks much more tailored and quiet. But I want to really celebrate the flowers. So I'm going to use that one this time. Oh, there's a stamp right there. Okay, Candy gets dangerous when she's starting to stick stamps everywhere. Okay, so this we're going to just put, again, this is 4 inches by 1 1/4. Super simple little measurements, and I will put together an inspiration sheet for this. And that's going to be at the top and the bottom, and this is just a top fold card, and it is 11 inches by 4 1/4. Now when I go to put this down, it's going to go just slightly over. You know, I think it goes over by just like 1/8 of an inch. So let's pop this down. And that is going to go like so. But wait, there's more. Okay, now, I just got to put a plug in for, you know, I'm a doily girl. I love our doilies. And these we have until the end of June. So I am rocking the doilies. I took just a tiny little piece of a doily. I think this is like 1/4 of a piece. And I'm going to slide this right under and give just a little hint of lace. Is that not just perfection? I love it. I love, love, love it. So these, again, they're $5, and you get so many. And of course, you do get them in Misty Moonlight and Cinnamon Cider, which are retiring, and then you get this basic gray, which I've used a lot. But then you just flip it over and you have them in white. So now, but wait, there's more. So I really like this card. This is the new metallic woven ribbon. It comes in all the new In Colors, and this is the Starry Sky. So I'm going to bring this under here, and I am going to grab some scissors. And let's just make sure that this is straight in here. Okay. And let's bring it up, and we're going to tie this into a little knot on the left. Just a simple little knot. It's going to give us just a wee bit of shine and more of this beautiful rich blue. Again, I'm not a big blue girl typically. It's not my go-to. I tend to go to more towards greens and yellows and peaches. But this blue, I love. Of course, it's purpley, and that's part of what I love. And what's really fun about this ribbon, too, is you can fray the ends, just kind of do like that, and they just get... Now, if that bothers you, let me show you another little trick. Sometimes that knot wants to slide around, and especially like I didn't get it tied as tight as I would have liked. So I'm going to take a mini glue dot here, and I'm going to grab this glue dot like so, and I'm just going to pop it right under there, and then that is going to secure my ribbon, and it's not going to move around. So now I know that my knot is going to stay where I want it to stay. And if some of your glue dots sticking out, like you can see it shiny, just tuck it under, because your mini glue dot will just roll onto itself. Okay, Now, what I have already done off camera, because I'm getting these ready to send to my top achievers, and this was helping me to use my time wisely, is I went ahead and cut out, look at there. Now, congratulations is not part of this stamp set, and I needed a congratulations. So what I went to, let me show you. I liked the fact, I think this really scripty sending looks great with these small little printed words. So I went to Art Gallery and look at all these words I found that also work with these little, look at this, they work with all of these little sayings. So I decided I needed congratulations, so I just pulled out Art Gallery. And that is going to be perfect for me. So I've got one more little finishing touch for our stepped up card. And I mean, this is mega stepped up. We didn't step it up a little bit. We added cardstock, we added designer paper and ribbon and a doily, and we're getting ready to add some rhinestones. So, but this is a celebratory card for my top achievers on my team for this month. Well, actually celebrating their March accomplishments. So look there. Sending congratulations. I love, love, love that color scheme. I think it's gorgeous. And I hope that you are liking it as much as I am. Now, one last little, we're going to add one last little element. Look at the champagne rhinestones, how they're going to pick up that mango melody. Look at that. I think it's really just that little bit of perfection. So I'm going to put a big one. Let's just do it right there. And then I'm going to take a medium one there and a small one right here. And then we are there. Now, Gail was ever so correct when she said my little card, my little note card. I mean, honestly, look at that. I think they're both just so sweet and just so lovely. I think that anybody who gets this is definitely going to smile. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this pad back in, because let's just take this flower and let's stamp it on the envelope. There is just something about having a really pretty envelope that is super, super special. I got just a little bit of show and tell to show you my happy mail before I go off today, and also to show you a couple of things I wanted to point out before I say goodbye for this week. And I hope that you are planning a stellar Easter weekend here in the U.S. It is, well, I think probably most of the world, it is Easter weekend. Now this, yeah, that's just not coming out very dark. I think I need to re-ink my, I need to re-ink my pad. Haha. Look at that. I keep getting it not quite where I need to. So there and there. Isn't that sweet? I'm loving it. I don't know where that came from. That came off somewhere, a stray rhinestone. And so there is our April the 14th. Simple stamping using a fabulous color combination that keys in on Starry Sky, one of our new in colors, and then we have our stepped up version using the same basic format, but adding some designer series paper and some ribbon, all in that same color, really bringing out that blue this time. But then, you know, the what do you call it? The mango melody is like such a fabulous pop of color with it. And so let me show you a couple of things before I sign off for today. And that is, let's see. What I wanted to show you is a couple of things. First of all, let me show you my happy mail. So, you know, this is part of a bundle and a suite that, or collection that's still available. And I think it's, I can't even think of the name of it. But anyway, look at this. This is really cool. I got this from one of my uplines. Hey, Pam, I'm glad you're here too. And Laura. So this is a really cool card because it tucks under there. So you open it this way. And I got this for, being one of her top people in the group this month. Isn't that cute the way that tucks under that little, this is the glimmer paper that's in the mini catalog. So I thought this was really pretty. There was a name, let me see. Do I have, here we go. Here's the flyer. The name of Here Together. So this is available through June. And so I wanted to make sure that you didn't forget about this stellar black and white paper, this bundle, and to share with you my my happy mail. And Faye, I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for sharing my video. That helps me so very, very much. Yeah, you're right, Jeanette. Pink and black is just such a classy color combination. And I think this has a really modern vibe to it. So it'd be great for you younger girls like Laura here. So here is some happy mail that I got. This is from our own Ione, who is part of my team, one of our most beloved members. Beautiful Easter card that I got from her this week. And then here as well, let me just double check. Yep. Right here today is Gail sent me this gorgeous Easter card. Is that not the sweetest thing? I used to collect bunnies, and I got so many I had to stop collecting them, but I have a bunch of China bunnies. I was a huge Beatrix Potter fan and did Beatrix Potter for my daughter's nursery when she was first born, my first child, so this is adorable. So a couple of other things I wanted to point out to you is that one of my all-time favorite embellishments is retiring, and these are the holiday rhinestones. They're $6, and you can see I just use them so much. What I wanted to show you is I had done this on a simple and stepped up Facebook Live, and I didn't have. I'll go back to that, Pam, in just a minute. The flap. This was just stamp ink and paper. And I wanted to add something to it because I was putting this into my stack of cards I was going to be mailing out. And so I used these, which are actually crushed curry, on top of that mango melody. But these, they have almost like a chameleon effect. These are cherry cobbler, and I put them on top of that magenta madness, and they just look perfect. So if you don't have these yet, or you use these a lot like I do, you want to get these. I also want to point out that if you have the Waves of Inspiration collection, you'll know that, or maybe you don't, that the rhinestones that were in various shades of blue, they sold out. But 2 of the shades of blue are right here, and this is Night of Navy and Pool Party. So these will go really nicely with that Waves of Inspiration Designer Series paper. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Now, before I show and tell a little bit more, I want to go back to what Pam was asking. And this is actually really clever. So this came from my upline, Jill Olson. And she put a mini dimensional on this pink heart die. And so that just tucks in because this is flat. And then this is on that dimensional just in the center. So it just tucks right under. Really cute, isn't it? I keep getting out of the camera. Yeah, Jeanette, the holiday rhinestones, probably my all-time favorite embellishment. This is another thing that is this is the Pansy Petals paper, I think is the name of it. Say that 3 times. We did this as a mystery stamping with my team. It's one of my all-time favorite cards of this past year. Super simple. These dies are on the retiring list. They're not on sale, but this is the Stitch So Sweetly dies. The paper is retiring, and it's also on sale. And then these are the In Color gems that are also retiring. So I'm kind of just going through and looking at some of my favorites from this past year. So things that are retiring. Now, this was Facebook Live. This is that Magnolia embossing folder. And it is, I think, stunningly simple cards. So this is one of the foils that's no longer around, but you can see what happens when you put it through on that Magnolia, on the Magnolia embossing folder. This is actually the Happy Birthday from the Pansies. And the Pansy stamp set carried over and the dies. But the the paper did not. Now this is the pearlized paper. I'm not sure if it's coming out very well on the camera, but it's kind of an eggshell color, and it's a really soft, it's really gorgeous. It's in the new catalog as well, so it carried over. But this is the pearlized, pearlescent maybe? Pearlescent, I think is what it's called, in the specialty papers. But look what happens. Just that simple die, I added a little color with a sponge dauber, and boom, you have an elegant card. Again, using that's my other favorite, is the champagne rhinestones. So let me show you a couple of other things that are, well, I'll probably show you how to do this next week, but this was one of the cards in my most recent in-person class, and this is one of the host sets in the mini catalog, and it's just this mischievous mice, super cute stamp set. So this is just a simple Joyfold card, and this is using that In Good Taste paper that is retiring. So this is something that I think is well worth having. Let me see if I can lay my hand. Yeah. So for the host sets, you do have to put in a $150 order. But this stamp set, now it's valued at $21. I think when you get it with your host rewards, I think it's like $12. So it's incredible. It's a red rubber, cling rubber set, and it's just cute. So let me just show you that. I don't know if you've seen this or done anything with it, but most of these little greetings, see how they'll go into that little balloon. So, I mean, these are just, I can tell you that my grandson, sometimes it's harder to get cards for the boys. My grandson would have a fit over this. I mean, that little mouse, he's just adorable. You just want to squeeze him. You want to hold him. So, I mean, look how cute. So I did want to point this out. This is available through the end of June. So don't forget about this host set in the mini catalog. So, well, that is going to be it for today. This is the card with the stamps, the greetings from the actual original stamp set. And then here is my simple stamping card. And then there's the stepped up. So hopefully you are inspired. Again, I will be putting together a, an inspiration sheet. If you didn't catch the measurements, and to give you a list of the supplies. So that is it. I think, let me see. Yep, that is it. I will see you here Tuesday for Teach Me Tuesday at 4 p.m. Central Time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching the replay. If you watch the replay, if you will just just type in replay, I appreciate that so much. If you are watching on YouTube, be sure to give me a thumbs up and a follow, a subscribe, and that helps me so much. And of course, sharing on Facebook is tremendous. So thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you on Tuesday. Hope you have a fabulous Easter weekend. Take care and God bless.